Right now at 4, warm, humid, breezy. Where's the rain? Let me show you. Very heavy rain to our west. Flash flood warnings posted. I'll let you know when more rain will move into our area.
And we continue remembering our own sports reporter Carly McCord. She died in a tragic plane crash Saturday. We sat down with her family as they reflect on her life in an exclusive interview.
Plus, the cyber attack continues plaguing city government operations, how it's impacting everything from taxes to permits. I'm Stella Kim.
I'm Gina Swanson. The news at 4 starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WDSU News at 4.
I could look at her all day. She was incredible. She was gorgeous. And I don't know, there's so much.
A heartbroken family and husband try to make sense of a tragedy that took the lives of 5 people, including our very own Carly McCord.
That's right. McCord, along with 4 others, died in a plane crash Saturday morning, and now McCord's family shares with us how they'll remember her. Travers Mackle joins us now live from Carly's hometown of Baton Rouge with the exclusive interview. Travers.
Hey there, Gina. For those of us who knew Carly McCord, knew 2 things about her. 1, she had a gigantic, outgoing personality, and 2, she really loved her family. Well, today in this quiet Baton Rouge community, we sat down with her family in an emotional interview. We talked to them about how they want her remembered and also about this tragic loss.
I just kept telling myself it's not real.
Stephen Ensminger still finds it hard to put into words.
I don't know. I'll never forget that day. And
Saturday morning, he lost his wife, his best friend, his soulmate. The former prep football star and college quarterback still can't believe it's real.
I still talk to her. I still ask her questions. I still ask her to be here, you know. But I feel it helps. It helps talking to her. And I miss her.
And in the Baton Rouge home where Carly grew up, her parents are still trying to come to grips with the loss of their daughter.
It was a day that unfortunately is etched indelibly in our lives.
Yeah. I want to think it's not real, you know? She was so important to us, and it just doesn't feel real still.
Carly died Saturday morning when the small plane she was traveling on board crashed in Lafayette.
She's here.
She's right here. She's with the 5 of us. We will always be 5 of us. Always. The original 5.
Carly was close with her family. They talked daily.
If you have a dream, chase it, because that's what my sister did every day.
Every day.
That's a great way to put it.
Now they're just trying to remember a life cut too short.
I haven't figured it out yet, but I know she'll help me. She'll help me through it.
And Stephen Ensminger tells us he'll continue to wear his gold wedding ring. He says he has no plans to ever take it off. He says he hopes that it helps him remember Carly. We'll have much more on this coming up at 5 and again at 6. For now, we're live in Baton Rouge. I'm Travers Mackle, WDSU News.
Travers, thank you. Carly certainly was beloved. Today, the City of New Orleans presented WDSU with this proclamation in honor of Carly McCord's life and legacy. The City Council says, quote, her determination, her charisma, and her kindness charmed all those who knew her. The proclamation will be given to Carly's family. A rosary service in honor of Carly McCord will be also held tonight.
And Carly graduated from Baton Rouge's St. Michael High School in 2007. Tonight's rosary service will be held in the school Gold's Gym at 6:30. Everyone is invited to attend. They say Carly was a huge supporter, visiting students and providing career advice. While working with us here at WDSU, Carly also worked with the Saints and the Pelicans. Carly will be laid to rest on Saturday in Baton Rouge.
And today, the mother and son who died in the plane crash with Carly, they were laid to rest. Funeral services were held in Lafayette. Gretchen Vincent is described as a beautiful wife and mother who had an unending love for her family and for LSU, where she received a marketing degree. The obituary for her son, Michael Vincent, describes him as a young man who loved hunting, fishing with his dad, tennis and flying. His father says that he dreamed of one day becoming a pilot. Tomorrow, Robert Von Crisp III will be laid to rest in Mamou, and the pilot, Ian Briggs' funeral will be held on Saturday in Lafayette.
The sixth passenger and only survivor of the plane crash, Stephen Berza, remains hospitalized. Doctors say he has burns on 75% of his body. The cause of Saturday's crash remains under investigation, and the NTSB says it could take up to a year before the final report is complete. And you can re-watch the last press conference and find information on funeral services for all 5 plane crash victims. It's all right now on WDSU.com and on the mobile app.
All right, switching gears now. Here's a live look outside on your Thursday afternoon. We actually still have the risk for severe storms. You can see the gray skies out there.
Yeah, very cloudy today. Let's go to WDSU Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orr in the Weather Center with more on when we can expect this rain. Margaret.
So the rain chances really going up overnight. You can look at what's happening now. It is just a gray, gloomy day. The wind is blowing and the temperatures are really warm. Look at this, 78 degrees. That wind south at 18 miles per hour. Look at the temperatures about the area, low to the upper 70s, so warm because we've had a really strong south wind. No longer that wind advisory in effect, but the winds today gusting 35 miles per hour. Right now out of the south at 16-21 and gusting to 33 at the lakefront. That's pumping in a whole lot of humidity. And right along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, visibility down to a half a mile. So the risk for severe storms is over southeast Louisiana and South Mississippi. It's a marginal risk. And then just to the west, a slight risk. The concern for tornadoes and also strong winds in storms. But obviously the heavier rain well to the west. We can look at the South Shore. Maybe a few drips. Looking over the city, it's looking good. To the North Shore, a few sprinkles. That's it. It's all over here to the west, which is really what I was showing you was going to happen yesterday. But look, this is where we've got a flash flood warning. They've already had 3 to 5 inches of rain. And to the north, the real concern for flash flooding, you've got the rain training over the same area. So if you're going to be driving I-55 to I-20, be aware that flooding is a real possibility. In a moment, I'll show you those forecasts of what to expect overnight.
All right, Margaret, thank you so much for that. And as we continue to monitor this severe weather risk, we want to put the forecast right in your hands. Download the free WDSU mobile app now to get severe weather alerts right on your phone. Well, it has been nearly 3 weeks since a cyber attack hit New Orleans city government, crippling its digital infrastructure. The city just gave an update minutes ago as it says it turned evidence over to the FBI. WDSU reporter Aubrey Killian live at City Hall with the latest developments. Aubrey?
Hey, Sola, so I've just learned that about 2,500 computers have been cleaned and scanned out. The city also saying by Monday they want to have the public safety servers back up and running and more functional. But the city also saying tonight that it is still unclear who exactly is behind this massive cyber attack. So the city has put up these flyers letting the public know property taxes cannot be paid online. They're also asking workers rather to not turn on computers until instructed. Inside City Hall, there was plenty of people in line to pay their property taxes. You can mail them in or pay in person. I also spoke with City Councilman Jason Williams today. He's not been able to access his email since the cyber attack.
I'm really concerned because we don't now know who did this, why they did it, and how they were able to do it. And when you look at cyber attacks throughout the country and throughout the world, there's often a trial, right? So if this is the precursor to something larger at a time when it could really throw things into a tailspin, whether it be a large event or whether it be a large issue facing City Hall or the council.
That's why we can say that our data is recoverable, because our backup systems were functioning, and we've been able to get to those backup systems and bring data back online.
City also says that they expect residents will be able to pay their property taxes online well before January 31st. They did say that about 20% of the PC inventory that was impacted will not be usable. Reporting live, I'm Aubrey Killian, WDSU News.
Aubrey, thank you. Federal health officials today announced their strongest move yet in the fight against teen vaping, banning most flavored e-cigarette cartridges from the market. But critics describe it as a retreat from what was initially promised, and they say exceptions within that ban actually benefit the vaping industry. Sarah Dolph has the story.
Sweet-tasting e-cigarette cartridges ordered off the market as U.S. health officials work to extinguish the youth vaping epidemic. The new ban hits flavored pods like mint, candy, fruit, and dessert, the most popular among teens. President Donald Trump spoke about it New Year's Eve.
We have to protect our families. At the same time, it's a big industry. We want to protect the industry.
Unlike the initial plan the president proposed back in September, this finalized version still allows for the sale of menthol and tobacco flavors and exempts tank-based vaping devices, which are primarily sold in vape shops. Exceptions, critics say, protect the vaping industry, but not young users.
This can't even be described as a step in the right direction because it is going to create the illusion of fundamental change without creating it. We need to eliminate these flavored products.
According to the most recent youth tobacco survey, more than 5 million young people currently use e-cigarettes, many attracted to the variety of flavors.
We see kids who can't sit in a classroom for 45 minutes without a puff, who take these products to bed because they wake up in the middle of the night and they're suffering from the symptoms of withdrawal.
Congress recently upped the age to buy tobacco products to 21. Officials hoping the combination of new policies will push underage users away. Sarah Dolph, NBC News.
Well, manufacturers must stop selling the banned products within 30 days. If they can prove to the FDA that their products are safe, they'll actually be allowed back on the market. 412 now, still to come. A kidnapping caught on camera in Las Vegas will tell you how it all went down.
Plus, wildfires continue raging in Australia. We'll show you the damage and tell you why the situation will get worse soon.
And war words between the U.S. and Iran heats up with neither side backing down. The latest developments on tensions in the Middle East.
And now taking a live look at the roads this afternoon. This is a look at the Pontchartrain Expressway. You can see it's clear and smooth sailing right now. You're watching WDSU News at 4.